Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. Thanks for being with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Big speech last night. Longest convention speech in American history.
It's okay.
Clocks in at 93 minutes. Yeah, Stu said, when you were shot, the last speech you gave, you can speak however long you want.
The next one.
The
that's
next
a rule.
speech.
It's a rule.
Yeah. Well, I think it's federal law. And so he did. He did. And we'll get into some of what he had to say last night. Also, the other thing, it looks like Obama's on board with getting Biden out now. He's supposedly telling allies that Biden should seriously consider dropping out.
Well, I mean, there's an overwhelming reporting that he's out.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. They're saying this weekend.
I mean, he looked so bad coming back from Nevada that that was his doing in, I think. I mean, he looked terrible getting on and off the plane, getting in the vehicle. I mean, just terrible.
Yeah.
And I mean,
it took him about 15 minutes just to get inside the
Yeah. I mean,
the car.
The speeches he gave were just as regularly terrible anyway. But I mean, that look that he had on and off the plane and in the vehicle was just...
The lights are on, but nobody's home.
Yeah. Wow.
And the lights are barely even on.
Look at that.
Barely.
Right.
Get in the car, old man. Let's go.
Come on, man.
And
All
look,
righty.
I know.
Come on.
Look, I know he's.
Give me a push. Give me a push.
Look at that. He
He's
can't.
got COVID here, so you know.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't
COVID.
have the strength just to get inside the car.
And remember, he talked about his bad foot, so maybe that's what they're helping him with. They're helping him with his bad foot.
Is that like a James Brown thing? Jump back on my good foot, kiss myself.
Yes, that's exactly
what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he officially has drop foot, but he does have bad foot from the ankle break.
Huh? That's weird. Yeah, tripped over his dog in the shower or something.
Getting out of the shower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Look at this. This is
shower.
Mount Everest for him.
Look at that. I mean,
it is. And those are
very bad.
Remember, short stairs.
Yeah.
Short stairs.
Look at this. I mean,
you can do it.
I mean, it's bad.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Had a little star power last night, the RNC. Kid Rock.
Heck yeah. Hulkamania, baby.
Hulkamaniac.
Was awesome.
I want all the little Trumpomaniacs listening right now to tear off your shirts.
And we did.
And did you?
Absolutely.
Did you struggle with it the way Hulk did?
Yeah, he finally got it off, though. He covered it, though. That's what the professional he is. Don't do it.
It was very entertaining.
It was awesome.
I'll say that. But boy, felt bad for him when he does this and it's like still hanging on. He's like,
Yeah, he couldn't get it out. No,
What is he?
Wore
80?
him out.
How old is he now?
The Hulkster?
Yeah.
He's got to be
70s, right?
Yeah, he's got to be
There it is.
70.
He got it done. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
He
Get the
handled
chain
it
out of
great.
the way. I was really worried about the chain.
Enough was enough.
That's
I
right.
said, let Trumpomania go wild.
He got it. See, he got it. That's what I'm saying. He's done it a million times.
Let Trumpomania make America great again.
Brother!
Thank you. He's done it a million times. He's not struggling over that. It just didn't rip at the end. That's awesome.
He's only 70, by the way.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
That's what I said, yeah.
He's in good shape for 70.
Yeah.
You know?
So Hulkster, he can barely, I mean, if you watch him, I mean, tough time moving around, man. His body's been beat up, man.
Oh, yeah. When he went across the stage back and forth, that was rough.
Yeah, his body's beat up. I mean, I used to see him, this was, I don't know, what, 20 years ago or maybe longer, when my son went to school with his kids, and I saw him often. And after the matches, he'd show up to the practices, and, I mean, he was just like, I'm moving real slow. How you doing, officer? I'm all right. All right. All right.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to see him again. Because, that's from childhood.
Yeah, man.
Watching him wrestle because my dad loved it. He loved that stuff. Believed till the day he died, it was absolutely 100% real.
Because it is. I don't know what we're not going to have this fight again, but it is.
No, we're not, because they've already admitted it isn't.
No, it is.
They've admitted it's
is.
scripted.
The storylines are great.
Yes. Okay. But he thought, everybody got in there and actually, It just whoever won, and it was actual action.
I thought it was
Pounding on each other.
hilarious how Hulk was referencing, and Donald Trump was there when I won my world title. When it was scripted, you mean that you won your world title? What, Jeffy? Nice look.
So
We're gonna stop.
Oh, you have nothing to say to that?
have you seen the wrestling movie with Zac Efron? What is it called? I don't know, but it's about a family of wrestlers.
Right.
The three brothers. I forget their name right now. I wasn't not huge into
Joe
wrestling.
says the Von Airs? I don't know. I'm hearing
don't
that
remember.
you're
Claw.
Yeah, Iron
Iron
Claw.
Claw.
Iron Claw's the name
about the Von Airs.
of the
Okay.
The movie,
of the movie. The name of the family is what? Von
Erichs or
Von
something?
Erich.
Yeah.
Von Erich. Yeah, not their actual name, but that's their stage name. So I don't know. It's pretty amazing to see Zac Efron in that. He really bulked up for that.
He did a really cool job.
Holy
It was
cow.
pretty cool to see.
Has he already had surgery too, like plastic surgery on his face?
He's always
Guy's like
had that.
12. What is he doing?
He's always had that stupid young look face.
No, I mean it's different. He's changed the structure of his face.
Yeah, he got into an accident or
Different.
something, didn't he? I think he
might
did.
have, yeah.
I think
that
there
might
was
be
some
the
kind of
excuse
accident.
he's using, but I think he's still trying to look, like he did when he was 10, because now he's 12 already, and it's like, okay, let yourself go, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got in some kind of accident. I
Yeah,
thought.
was it?
I don't know if there was
Car
an
accident?
accident, but he's definitely
different,
gone
right?
under the knife.
Yeah, he looks different.
He almost
he
here we
definitely
go.
looks
Zac
different.
Efron almost died from the severe accident that left his chin bone hanging
you.
off his
That's what I
face.
thought.
as he
Oh, okay.
addressed the younger.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Makes
so
it
that's
more
understandable.
fun.
Yeah, I will. Zac Efron. What do I have to be reverent with him?
By the way, Pat might be onto something because the Daily Mail did an entire expose on the many faces of Zac Efron,
Oh,
there you
really?
go.
and questioning if he's hiding his plastic surgery over the last 20 years.
Wow.
Well, I've been,
So he might be, Pat,
Wow.
you might be onto something
yeah,
on this.
maybe.
have you been getting plastic surgery? Car accident.
And I mean that makes sense. If
Yeah,
he,
it does.
If he did have his jawbone hanging off his face,
He slipped on a puddle back in 2013.
Okay, now
been there, done
Yes.
that.
I was going to
And
say,
it busted his jaw.
The cut across my nose stuff. Oof.
Right.
That was just what, a year and a half ago
Not
or
long. Yeah.
Don't walk with your hands in your pockets
so. No, that's dumb.
and on the ice.
Right.
And on the ice, yeah.
The
Exactly.
water.
Always a bad move.
All right, so we've got a lot of stuff to share from the GOP convention last night. There's also this interesting poll that says 17% of conservatives say they're going to vote for Joe Biden.
What?
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 Yeah, they claim Donald Trump has suffered a blow following a new poll which found some 17% of conservative voters will vote for President Biden in the election. So it's like 75% are going to vote for Trump, 17% are going to vote for Biden.
What's the margin of error of this poll? 17%?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't believe it. That just no conservative could possibly vote for Joe Biden. If you can vote for Biden, you are not
a conservative.
a conservative.
Right.
You'll find a third-party candidate who shares your values. But voting not for Trump because you don't like his personality or some of his policies, that's kind of like saying, I'm not going to drink that cup of common cold virus, but give me a giant bowl of cancer, and I'll gobble that up for
I'll
you.
slurp that right up.
I'm going to get every drop of the cancer that you're
Yes.
feeding me. I mean, it is so bad. If you've got a problem with values, if you got a problem with his principles, if you don't like it because he's crass, I don't know, whatever your deal is, you don't turn to Joe Biden.
No kidding.
That's just inconceivable to me. I don't understand what's
I
going
don't
on.
either. And I saw a couple other leading polls that I guess were rough draft polls after the shooting that said that Trump didn't gain very much ground.
I saw
Yeah.
Virginia yesterday. He leaves in every poll now.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
but
But I know
good.
what you're
but,
saying.
I mean, it's not huge. It's not a
Right.
huge bump. right?
As big as
I've
they
seen
were
that
hoping,
too.
I guess. And I don't know that that's really true either. But for sure, the 17% conservatives, hello, have a nice
Come
day.
on.
No
Yeah,
way.
That's insanity. Also in Milwaukee, down the street from the GOP convention, there were Never Trumpers who got together and I guess had their convention.
Bet you they were fun.
Oh, man. Do you remember Michael Steele? He was
Yeah.
the head of the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Right? He's the GOP head. Mm-hmm. Here's what he said. Biden can be in his underwear, sitting in a corner, drooling with COVID, and I'd still vote for him.
Oh, my God.
Well, you got your wish.
I mean,
Tells you everything you need to know about the heads of the Republican Party.
Doesn't it, though?
Because you got Michael Steele with that quote there. You've got Rance Priebus, who I saw on, I don't know where he was, some liberal outlet last night, who was the mole inside the White House for Donald Trump the first 5 months of his presidency. These are the former heads of the RNC. Tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, it does. And, okay, I get that some people don't like Donald Trump. He's arrogant or, again, crass. I don't know, whatever your deal is. But you go to Joe Biden for that? For the alternative. What the heck? Who is essentially a Marxist. He's fine with killing as many babies as possible. He's erased our southern border. He's taken a sledgehammer to the U.S. economy. He's a disaster on foreign policy. You know, the whole Iranian situation, pallets of money for Iran, the withdrawal from Afghanistan, one of the biggest debacles in American military history, the flip-flopping on Israel, insisting on allowing men to compete against women in women's sports.
And you didn't even mention Ukraine. I mean,
Yeah,
let's not forget about
Ukraine,
that. I mean, holy
right.
cow.
Continuing to put them first.
I mean, think of the list you just said about the international affairs, and Ukraine is like, oh yeah, that's right, Ukraine.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the rest of it, it's just a nightmare.
That's right. I mean, proven lies every single day about himself, about Donald Trump, the mental incompetence that you see every day with Joe Biden. I mean, he has melted down in front of our eyes, and you're saying, yeah, that's my guy, even if he's drooling in a corner.
Right. If
He got his wish, pretty much. That's what happened to him.
If you're a Republican or a conservative who just cannot pull the lever for Donald Trump, you don't have to pull the lever for anyone. Like,
Right.
you could just skip that on your ballot. To go to Biden,
Incredible.
like you
It's
said,
incredible.
you weren't a conservative to begin with.
No, you're not. And obviously, Michael Steele, we didn't like him that much when he was head of the the Republican Party, but I like him a lot less now. I mean, that's why he can show up on MSNBC or is it CNN? I don't know, one of the two. He's always
MSNBC.
He's a contributor there. Well, obviously, he fits right in.
Sure
now.
does.
Just like Joe Scarborough.
Right.
Bill Kristol. Do you remember Bill Kristol from what? How does this happen?
I don't know.
It's a lot like the Supreme Court justices who are appointed by Republican presidents, and you think, oh, that's a good appointment, and then a year later, they're flaming liberals that are to the left of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It's just bizarre. It's bizarre to watch because you never see the opposite happen. You never see a hardcore progressive Democrat become super conservative. You know what? All of a sudden,
They're right.
I'm going to vote with Clarence Thomas today. It just doesn't happen. I don't know why, but it's not a thing for some reason. Just not a thing. You know what is a thing? The Eden Thunderstorm air purifier with proven oxy technology. This sends out O3 molecules that gobble up nasty odors, mold, mildew, viruses, all kinds of stuff. And I mean in just seconds. Every time there's something offensive that's filled the air in my house, and if I don't have a thunderstorm in that area, I move it to that area, it's gone. I mean, immediately. So great. You just pull out the plug-in, stick it in the wall, turn it on, and it starts working. It's magic. It's so great. After a few seconds, you're going to have clean, fresh air. Use this. Buy this. Right now, you're going to save $200 on a 3-pack. All you have to do is use the discount code PAT3 to save that $200. EdenPureDeals.com, discount code PAT3. That's EDEN. EdenPureDeals.com, discount code PAT3.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Do we have the video of Melania Trump entering the GOP convention last night?
Yes, we do.
Let's take a look at that. Just here she comes. All right, I got it. That's the crowd. And
It's a great visual.
there she is. Wow. She looked good last night.
What an entrance, right?
Yeah.
Such class.
Yep. Oh.
Or as my youngest would say, litter cook.
Let her cook.
But she's not a
Your
doctor.
youngest is correct.
But she's not a doctor, guys. How can we appreciate
No, she's not a
No,
doctor.
she
She's
is
not a
not.
doctor. She's just a model.
Can you imagine
so-
this music playing for Joe Biden walking in?
No. You would. No.
That would be hilarious.
No, what you would hear if Jill Biden walked in. That's what you would hear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to the beauty there.
Yeah, let's go
I
back.
mean, she looked great, right? I mean, it was.
So let's see. This or that hideous hag, Dr. Jill. I don't know. You tell me. They're not even the same species.
I know.
Come
And
on.
she took such a beating when he
Yeah,
was
For
president.
no
I know.
reason at all.
Such
a-
other
I know.
than she was married to Donald Trump.
Yeah,
right.
that's all.
So uncool.
That's it.
That's right.
But they were all there last night, except I didn't see Barron.
Oh, yeah, he was there.
You saw?
Was
him?
he?
Okay. Was he at the kids' table or something? 'Cause
No, he was.
the one shot I saw of all
family box.
the Trump.
He's so tall and big now. You
His
don't
head
Oh,
recognize
maybe.
him.
No,
His
no,
head
I
was
know
getting
he's like
cut
8
off with the
feet
camera,
tall.
that's
yeah,
what it
oh,
was.
that's very possible.
Yes. Camera kept cutting his head off every time they went to the family box.
Because he was in the middle
He was
back. Yeah.
he
Oh,
was
okay.
back. He wasn't in the front row with Don and Eric, but
Yeah,
he was
no,
in the
he's-
back.
he's not
But then
allowed
the
up there.
camera kept cutting his head off. So you're like, what is that headless body doing back there?
He's so tall.
Yeah, 6'6", 6'7", something like that.
I think so.
No, I think he's closer to 8 foot now.
Is he?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see here.
It's possible.
They're all tall, right? 6'9" now?
Yeah.
6'9".
Oh, my word.
Wow, jeez. Also, Ivanka was there. She's been
Yeah.
really scarce. So is Melania, but they were both there last night supporting their dad and husband.
Oh yeah, Jared
So that
was
was
there
good to
showing
see.
up. Yeah, I mean Jared and Ivanka both said that they were stepping back, which they have obviously.
Boy,
but,
have they ever.
They all showed. They all bent the knee.
Yep. You have to.
You have to,
Right?
You have to. You have
Otherwise, everybody'd be all over that
to. You
today.
have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where is Ivanka? She doesn't
That's
support her
right.
husband. She doesn't support her dad's presidency
That's
bid.
exactly right.
She wants Joe Biden.
Yep. He let his granddaughter speak, then Ivanka wasn't there. What's going on?
Yeah.
I know.
So the family was united. The party seems pretty united, other than the never Trumpers down the street, but there were like, I don't know, 4 of them. So hope they had a really good time
They got
together.
a good space in the restaurant. They're good.
I think you named them all, actually. Right?
I think
it was,
so, yeah.
Michael Steele, Rance Priebus.
Rance
Who
Priebus.
did you say there?
Oh,
you said
my
Bill
gosh.
Kristol and
yeah,
probably
Bill
David
Kristol.
French probably rounded out the,
Probably.
the gaggle.
It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. To claim to have ever been a conservative when now you want the liberal progressive Democrat who goes against everything conservatives stand for. But that's your guy now
I know.
because you don't like Trump.
And I will say, I did love the reaction of the CNN host when Tucker came on.
Yeah.
It was interesting that Fox had to carry him when Tucker came out and spoke.
Boy.
And Chris Wallace stood around and was staring like, oh my gosh, Tucker Carlson. And Dana Bash and Jake Tapper wouldn't even look up. They didn't even look at him. There was a guy running his phone looking at the CNN set. They were not even looking up at him, man. Now,
Wow.
I'm sure
Little
they have
jealousy.
yeah, just a tad.
Priebus, actually, I was just looking him up to see if he was indeed a never Trumper. I stand corrected there. I mean, he just raised $70 million for Trump. So
Oh, did he
that's
really?
interesting.
Oh,
That is interesting.
Maybe he's
Wants to be in the next
He's
administration.
and then
Yeah.
he was a traitor at the Never Trumpers. Bastard.
He was a mole
Yeah.
there because that's his background. But no, I thought it was interesting that, of course, the networks, as I was flipping through, were quick to ditch the coverage when Tucker started speaking.
Fox did not though. Fox carried it
That's
all.
impressive.
Fox carried it all.
Yeah. Well, they have to. more people are watching Fox right now than
the blowback they would get.
The others combined.
Would be,
it would be ugly.
It'd be worse.
Intense.
Right.
Yeah.
It's easier to take the heat of, nice of Fox to carry all it took, or.
So this might surprise you, but Donald Trump did, in fact, accept the nomination of his party.
I was going to ask if he actually did.
He did accept it. Yeah.
Hold on.
It's not weird.
Hold on. Before we get to the clips of the Trump speech, can we just show the whitest dancing you've ever seen? It's clip 3. There you go.
No, he's just doing it on purpose.
Is he? I think he's trying to dance like Donald Trump.
Yes, he was.
And failing miserably.
Yeah. Yes,
and that
was.
is Kansas Senator Roger Marshall there, busting a move. Good job, sir.
Who is the band? Were they playing What I Like About You by the Romantics?
Yeah.
Yeah, they played all sorts of cover songs. Yeah, look how hip you are.
He's mocking Trump's dance to the YMCA.
He's not mocking it. He's trying to do it.
I don't know.
I know.
Trust me,
That's weird.
That's just a white guy being white. And a GIF is born.
That's not white. That's transparent. You're translucent there.
That looks like an SNL skit
of
them
does.
making fun of RNC
It really does.
convention goers.
All right. So Donald Trump stepped to the podium, talked about having God on his side.
Going to do it right. Let me begin this evening by expressing my gratitude to the American people for your outpouring of love and support following the assassination attempt at my rally on Saturday.
You're welcome.
As you already know, the assassin's bullet came within a quarter of an inch of taking my life. So many people have asked me, what happened? Tell us what happened, please. And therefore, I will tell you exactly what happened, and you'll never hear it from me a second time because it's actually too painful to tell.
Well, we saw it, sir.
It was a warm, beautiful day in the early evening in Butler Township in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Music was loudly playing, and the campaign was doing really well. I went to the stage, and the crowd was cheering wildly. Everybody was happy. I began speaking very strongly, powerfully, and happily because I was discussing the great job my administration did on immigration at the southern border. We were very proud of it. Behind me and to the right was a large screen that was displaying a chart of border crossings under my leadership. The numbers were absolutely amazing. In order to see the chart, I started to, like this, turn to my right and was ready to begin a little bit further turn, which I'm very lucky I didn't do, when I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear. I said to myself, wow, what was that? It can only be a bullet. And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood all over the place. I immediately knew it was very serious, that we were under attack, and in one movement proceeded to drop to the ground. Bullets were continuing to fly as very brave Secret Service agents rushed to the stage, and they really did. They rushed to the stage. These are great people, at great risk, I will tell you, and pounced on top of me so that I would be protected. There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I felt that.
All right. There's the story.
You're not going to hear it again.
Nope. That's it.
We don't need to. We saw it enough times.
Yeah. I thought he mentioned something about feeling like maybe at first it was a bee.
That was another
He told
story
that to
he
RFK.
told.
He said it was the world's largest mosquito.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting, though.
I know.
So that was his discussion on, the assassination attempt, and I'm sure he'll be greatly mocked for that.
That's a pretty good tone from
media.
him.
Very subdued.
I don't know that we'd heard that Trump tone before. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. He
and it
started out very
pretty much
solemn.
the entire speech.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it wasn't your normal.
It wasn't brash.
No, not at all. I know that some people have said, well, first of all, he talked about unity and then went the opposite direction the rest of the speech. Really? Did you hear Joe Biden the other day?
Yeah, no kidding.
Come on now. Don't give me that. He can't get any credit from anybody.
No.
So it's really despicable. But he said something like, I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Or and the crowd chanted, yes, you should, or yes, you are. Here it is.
Blood, he said, it's the years, they bleed more. So we learned something, but they just, this beautiful crowd, they didn't want to leave me. They knew I was in trouble. They didn't want to leave me. And you can see that love written all over their faces.
That's a fact.
Incredible people. They're incredible people. Bullets were flying over us, yet I felt serene. But now the Secret Service agents were putting themselves in peril. They were in very dangerous territory. Bullets were flying right over them, missing them by a very small amount of inches. And then it all stopped. Our Secret Service sniper, from a much greater distance and with only one bullet used, took the assassin's life, took him out. I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Not supposed to be here.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Actually, he is, right? He's God saved him. He is supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Good point, Jeffy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not a big fan of the crowd chant like that because it just, I don't know. It seems like it came from the Democrats and that's their thing, and we've sort of taken that from them.
Well, this
I don't know.
convention
I don't like it.
Liked it every night.
I know. I know. I'm just not a big fan of it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe
It's not just you.
It's not just me?
No. But I think it worked out there because
Yeah,
it
it's
was
fine.
such a touching moment. And,
Yeah. And I'm sure it made Trump feel really good. But he had a message of confidence and strength and hope. We'll get to that coming up here in a minute. And then there was a big Trump reveal on stage. So there was a lot that went on last night.
Yeah.
We'll get into that coming up here in a few minutes. Also, we got to get the Fat Five from Jeffy.
Oh, all right. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, we'll do that coming up here in just a few minutes as we get you into the weekend. Hard to believe that we're in the...
It's the end of July.
Yeah, we're past the middle of July already.
I know.
I'm telling you, football is going to be here before we even realize it.
Rookies have reported.
They're already reporting. Yeah, teams are already bringing players in.
For the
We're
NFL
playing.
training camps.
Yeah, that's right. We're playing.
That's awesome.
Some teams said, all of you. We want all of you here. Let's go.
I think it's about a week and a half before BYU begins their fall training camp. The first game, August 31st.
Nice.
Big rumors that Florida State and Clemson might be joining the Big 12 in a year or so. We'll see. We'll see. Could happen. Oh, no way.
No way.
You just want them in the SEC. You don't have to have every decent school in the country, okay? Back off.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Chuck Shazam Bartowski tweets, if Joe Biden steps down as nominee this weekend, I hope he has a firm grip on the handrail and doesn't fall again.
No doubt.
Right. We saw how he stepped down off the stage. That was at the debate, right? Where Joe comes up and helps him down the one stair.
There were no guardrails there.
Right. That's right. So he had to be very, very, very careful. Comrade Eliza, Biden quarantines for COVID. Meanwhile, the Dem establishment is planning a coup to oust him, the party that cares about democracy. Carl Smith, Trump speaks for 93 minutes straight, which is longer than Biden can stay awake.
Boy, no kidding.
Dirty Mule, and there's a 100% chance that monkeys will fly out my butt before 17% of conservatives vote for Biden. That's exactly right.
I mean, I don't see how anyone could vote for that bumbling.
It's impossible. So, Brian, 153, I found President Trump to be more subdued and purposeful during his speech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He didn't even want to mention Joe's name, as well as not wanting to repeat the story of the shooting. He's a changed man, in my opinion.
It sure looked like it. I mean, that whole his
demeanor.
Power, demeanor. I just wasn't the Trump we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's the Trump we have now.
Worked.
Maybe that's the Trump we have now. Yeah,
he seemed very human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good.
Let's move on from that. We want my Trump back.
You want the old brash Trump?
I want my damn Trump back.
Let's get through November, and then you can have the mean tweets. Then you can have anything you want.
Good. That's what I want.
That'll happen. He won't be able to pull this off the whole time. Come on. Yeah, it'll happen.
Donald Trump.
This might not have been the time for it, but it will happen. All right, let's check in with Jeffy. Fat Five here.
Awesome. I did enjoy too. Speaking, he gave the Secret Service, props during the speech and everything. Mm-hmm. And for sure they have doubled, tripled, quadrupled his protection. I mean, you saw there at the convention. I mean, they were all rode up in front of the stage and all rode up at the convention hall. It was. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There was nothing going to happen.
Yeah.
There was nothing going to happen for sure. And I want to be clear about something. There's a serial bank robber known as the Derby Desperado here in Dallas, and it's not me, okay? This is not me. He's done 2 bank robberies. I'm not saying that it couldn't be me and that I wouldn't do it, but this particular Derby Desperado is not me. He robbed the one bank credit union in Garland. He walked into the bank talking loudly on a cell phone and then handed the note to the teller, collected an undisclosed amount of cash and left. They saw him fleeing the scene in a dark SUV. Then 2 weeks later, because, it used to be, remember the days when you could rob a bank and at least live for a month or two? You can't do that anymore. Just one teller.
Inflation.
One teller, too. You're not getting that much from one teller. So 2 weeks later, he robbed another bank, did the same thing, came in at Capital One Bank in Dallas, and despite the fast police response,
got away.
The Derby Desperado managed to escape. Yeah, so he's still out there. So if you want to help the FBI catch a bank robber or want to submit a tip, call. Oh, shoot, did I forget to run? Did I forget the tip number? Darn it. It's just me out.
So you don't want him caught. Is that what we're
No, I just forgot to put the
here?
number down.
Have you seen I think it's a Netflix documentary, How to Rob a Bank? It's about the guy in Seattle that robbed 14 banks.
Robbed a bunch of them.
Yeah. He wound up, I think, with several million, $2 or $3 million.
Yeah.
But he was really good at it. Yeah. They could not find him for a long time. He had a disguise. He went in there every time and did the same thing. Didn't hurt anybody. So he was kind of like D.B. Cooper. People were sort of rooting for him.
Because he's not stealing your money. He's stealing the bank's money.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But the bank has your money. So Yeah, he is stealing
Nah,
your
he's not
money.
stealing
But
your
don't
money.
worry
He's
about
stealing
that.
the bank monies. Don't worry about
Okay. All right. Just corporate. That's all it is, right?
That's right.
Corporate theft.
That's right.
Okay.
On Wednesday, I told you that the $4 to $6 million would be chump change, and it was. The bones of the 161 million year old dinosaur Apex, billed as the most complete stegosaurus ever discovered, 11 feet tall, 27 feet long. The exact auction price of $44.6 million.
Wow. It went for 10 times what they estimated?
Well, I mean, there's no way. That was just that was a starting point, $4 to $6 million. Because remember, the T-Rex Stan in 2020, this sold
but that's
for
cooler.
31 point.
Stegosaurus.
That sold 31.8 million. And then in
That's really
1997, T-Rex Sue sold for 8.4 million. So I mean, it's there was no way it was that Stegosaurus was going to go for $6 million. It just wasn't.
And 44 was the final.
44.6 million. They did not release who purchased it. So maybe it'll show up here.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it'll show up here. Today's Chewing the Fat, Fat 5, brought to you by the Kexi Cookies. To enjoy Kexi Cookies, go to the website, Kexi.com. Order the best cookies on the planet, and they will be delivered right to your door. Kexi.com.
I forgot to bring in the cookies.
KEKSI.com.
My wife brought home yesterday a whole box for you guys.
Take back my commercial. My payment was not made.
It has the new really delicious coffee cake cookie. It's cinnamon all on top. Oh, it is
Again,
so
this commercial is now ended.
good.
It's over. We're not
Kexi.com.
Do not go to Kexi.com.
Yes,
No, the commercial is over. 6 days until the Olympics, and they're saying the river where the opening ceremony is happening, despite reports of high E. coli levels, they're fine. I mean, Parisians were saying they were going to be pooping in the river. They were pissed.
I know. Why?
They were pissed. Well, they were pissed that it was so dirty, so they were going to make it filthier.
How does that make any sense? How does that make sense?
I don't know, Pat.
Just bizarre.
I don't know. But they said after months of tests with the high levels of bacteria and sewage and wastewater, they're fed up with the river pollution. Now, they spent a bunch of money. They spent a bunch of money cleaning up the river. And the mayor went swimming in it the other day to prove that it was fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Mayor Ann Hidalgo. And she went for a dip in the old scene. But they spent like $1.5 billion cleaning up the river. You haven't since, and I love this, since 1923, you weren't supposed to put trash and sewage into the waters. Oh, okay. That I'm sure that's been going on since 1923. I mean, they spent all this money to clean up the river. They also spent I don't know how much money getting a bunch of homes and buildings along the river to link to the official sewage system instead of dumping it straight into the river. And I guess it's fine. Good luck. Now the opening ceremonies they're all going to be in boats, so I don't think they have to worry about any floaters. But the triathlon are supposed to swim in the river. And that's the only place they can swim. There's no backup. There's no anything. So wear your bodysuits or something in the triathlon.
Yeah. I'm not getting in that water. No, thank you.
I mean, they have to. So
nope.
But they have to.
Nope.
You have to. That's part of the race. Is what you have to do.
Yeah. No, I'm going to skip that leg of the race. Skipping it.
I mean, I can see the headlines now if something happens, like the close-up shot or something. I mean, poopery, Perry. That's going to be. It's going to be terrible. Never mind. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Reminder to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get podcasts. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher, and subscribe and enjoy. We knew it was going to come, and it is now here. The Rust armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reid asking the judge to overturn her conviction, alleging she was subject to the same sort of prosecutorial misconduct that torpedoed the Alec Baldwin trial last week. She was convicted in March, remember, of manslaughter for the death of Helena Hutchins, and her attorney filed the motion and said he's received substantial evidence that should have been disclosed before trial. So she's going to walk too. She's going to walk out of there too. They asked for her to be released from prison, and that special prosecutor Carrie Morrissey, how does she still have a gig in New Mexico, be removed from the case due to the misconduct? I mean, I can't even believe she still has a job. And the district attorney there in New Mexico, she's expressed support for Morrissey. I don't know. I don't know how that happens, but good luck. God bless.
How long's her sentence?
18 months.
Oh,
it was 18 months, and I don't know what she may have gone right in there in March. So I don't know how much time she has left, but still,
yeah,
get me out of here, right?
Yeah, and they probably will.
Absolutely.
Let me take a minute and tell you about Backyard Butchers. Cut out the frustration from the meat aisle. Go to backyardbutchers.com. You'll save an extra 20% off your entire order by using the code UNLEASHED. And when you subscribe, you get another 10% off and free shipping. So you're going to save big. It's backyardbutchers.com. They've got so many happy customers because this meat is grown and raised here in the United States of America, in your own backyard. This is not coming from some foreign country and then being packaged here so that they can say product of the USA. That's all that means. Okay, it was packaged here. This meat, all American meat. Get the person.
USA.
Thank you. Thank you for the chant. That's
USA.
Excellent. I love it. Love those chants. Get the person in your house who buys the groceries to go to, that's the woman, of course. Of course,
Thank you.
Of all, let's just call it what it is.
I'm glad to see they have fixed that script.
They haven't. Go to backyardbutchers.com/unleashed. You get 20% off your entire order. And when you subscribe, you get an additional 10% off and free shipping.
Pat Gray is unleashed. All right, more of the Fat Five, chewing Fat Five. The nominations for the 76th Annual Primetime Emmy Awards were announced. Netflix topping all networks with 107, followed by FX's best showing ever with 93. HBO dropped to third for the first time since 1996. I mean, Succession is gone, so they're looking for more shows. The eligible programs aired between June 1st of 2023 and May 31st of this year in all categories. You're going to be able to see the winners revealed on September 15th on ABC. The show will be aired at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles, and it streams the next day on Hulu.
It's interesting.
As well.
Netflix number one, FX number two.
FX number two.
Wow.
Yep.
And HBO cleared down to third.
Yeah.
Where were NBC and ABC? They have any nominations?
I think
anymore?
they do have some of those.
CBS? Fox?
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah.
The best drama series, The Crown, Fallout, The Gilded Age, The Morning Show, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Shogun. Shogun was actually the big winner. FX Shogun adapted novel got 25 nominations. The Bear which is FX, and got 23 nominations. Only Murders in the Building had 21. And
is that still on? That's the one with Steve Martin, right?
And Martin Short and Selena Gomez. Yeah.
You like that?
I do. It's really good. And I love The Bear too. And
I tried really hard to get through the second season of, is it second or third? I don't know, whatever season they're on of the morning show, but it was so
the third one. I know what you're talking about.
Hideous.
Yes, it was bad
with their agenda. I couldn't
so woke.
Couldn't do it. I just stopped.
Not
interested.
And then HBO's True Detective Night Country got 19. That's the one with Jodie Foster. That was pretty good too. Shogun, anyway, will probably be the runaway show this year. Slow Horses and Three Body Problem for the best drama series. And then we can go through some of them. We don't have to go. We're definitely not going to go through all of them. But the best actress in a drama series, Jennifer Aniston, Morning Show. Carrie Coon, The Gilded Age. Maya Erskine, Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Prime. Anna Sawai, Shogun. Imelda Staunton on The Crown. Reese Witherspoon, The Morning Show.
Oh, of course.
Best actor in a drama series, Idris Elba, Hijacked on Apple. Donald Glover, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Walton Goggins on Fallout. He's always great. Gary Oldman, Slow Horses on Apple. He, again, is always great. Hiroyuki Sanada for Shogun. I'm sure that's exactly how he pronounces it. And Dominic West for The Crown. And then they have, they've added all these. So we have Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series. We have Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series, Best Guest Actor in a Drama Series, Best Guest Actress in a Drama Series, Best Comedy Series, which I like, Abbott Elementary, The Bear. I'm not quite sure I understand why The Bear is considered a comedy series, but it is. Curb Your Enthusiasm, Hacks, Only Murders in the Building, Palm Royale, Reservation Dogs, What We Do in the Shadows. Those are some great shows. The Bear's great. Hacks is great. Only Murders in the Building. Reservation Dogs. All those shows are deserving. So it's going to be a tough call. The best actor in a comedy series was probably going to go to Jeremy Allen White from The Bear, but Steve Martin and Martin Short were nominated. Larry David got Curb Your Enthusiasm. This was his final season. Matt Berry, What We Do in Shadows, and DeFarrow a tie for Reservation Dogs. That show was fun. Best Actress in a Comedy Series, Abbott Elementary, Quentin Brunson, Ayo Edebiri, The Bear, Selena Gomez, did they good. I'm glad they didn't give it. Maya Rudolph for Loot on Apple, Jean Smart in Hacks. She was awesome. Kristen Wiig on Palm Royale. But then there's Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, Best Supporting Actress, Best Guest Actor in a Comedy Series, Emmy Awards for Best Guest Actress in a Comedy Series, Best Limited or Anthology Series. That goes to the nominations for that are Baby Reindeer, Fargo, Lessons in Chemistry. Fargo was great. Ripley, True Detective, Night Country. And that's going to be a tough call because True Detective, Night Country with Jodie was good. Baby Reindeer is on everybody's mind. Fargo was great with John Hamm, and I forget who was else.
It's amazing how many of these you've seen. It's incredible. But they've been broadcast, so of course you've seen them. That's great.
Then let's not forget about the Best Actor in a Limited Anthology Series or Movie, Best Actress in a Limited Anthology Series or Movie, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Directing, Best Writing, Best Writing. The Emmy Award for Best Talk Series, The Daily Show.
Ugh.
Jimmy Kimmel.
No.
Late Night with Seth Meyers.
No.
Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Well, there's no escape.
There is no escape.
Douchebags
There
anymore.
is no escape. And the Emmy Awards for the Best Reality Competition Series, The Amazing Race, RuPaul's Drag Race, Top Chef, The Traitors, The Voice. So September 15th, you'll find out who the winners are. And it's fun.
It's amazing, isn't it, how television, the Emmy Awards have changed? It's almost all streaming services and pay-per-view kind of, or pay channels.
Pay for the services, for the apps.
It's amazing.
I love it.
And then a channel like FX, it came from nowhere and was garbage at first. Look how respected they are now.
They've produced a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. Wasn't Walking Dead on FX?
No,
that was AMC. Okay. 888-900-3393. Much more coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. Thanks for being with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Been talking about the RNC convention last night. On this date in, it wasn't on this date. It was on May 27th, 1844.
Wait.
And it wasn't the Republican convention. It was the Democrat National Convention in Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
One of the most beautiful cities on the continent, if not the world, if not the entire planet. It's love, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
When the humidity is just kind of seeping into the dead body chalk outlines on the street.
You really paint a picture of beauty. That's for sure.
You're still stuck in the tunnel because there's not a bridge to cross over.
No bridge. So it won't be any bridge until like 2093.
They got to hop sing on
They got to hop sing on that.
They most definitely need to.
They really do. They finally cleared out the debris,
Yeah,
though.
that's been cleared.
So the shipping lane, I think, is open,
It
right?
is.
Yes.
It is, and the ships can come and go, but they still without the bridge, the detours for moving the cargo is still a nightmare.
Well, they didn't have that bridge in 1844 for the Democrat National Convention.
Back to May 27th.
But they did
29th.
have one of our most powerful presidents, James K. Polk, who received at this convention 233 ballots, making him the Democrat nominee for president.
Okay.
And he would go on to win that particular position.
Can I ask you a question about
Sure.
this
I wish you
particular
would.
day in history?
I wish you would.
Was it a
It's
Tuesday?
not this
I'm looking
day.
it up, man.
Was
I
it
was
a
looking
Tuesday?
it up. Day of the week.
Was
May.
It would be appropriate, would it not?
Yes, it would.
Here we go.
For James K. Polk
Come
Tuesday.
on,
Come
be a
on.
Tuesday. Just tell me it's a
That was
Tuesday.
a Monday.
Oh,
but it spilled over into Tuesday.
They were partying through the night.
Yeah.
For a James K. Polk Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't have that sounder anymore, do we?
No.
Yeah, somebody
Maybe
said it
somebody's in there.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere. I think it's
James K. Polk Tuesday.
There you go.
Yes!
Thank you. Ta-da.
Yes. I think Rowdy sent that to us. Oh, you know what?
That's awesome.
Rowdy actually sent the little thermometer thing there. The humidity and thermometer
look
thing
at that.
that I can wear sitting over here.
Good.
Yeah. So I can walk around kind of like
the Thomas Massey.
the weather version of Thomas Massey.
Is the temperature being displayed in Celsius over there?
No,
'Cause-
that's you're looking at
That's
the
the
humidity.
humidity.
Oh.
And then the little number is
so
the
the
temperature.
humidity in this room is 39%.
Correct.
The relative humidity.
You got it.
Do you know that the relative humidity is not the better indicator of how humid it really feels? You know that's the dew point, right? The dew point is what really decides.
Wow.
The higher the dew
good.
point, the worse the humidity.
Is this new math?
Stop
Is that
bugging
what we're
me
talking
down
about?
with
I feel like this is new math.
Yeah,
this is Common
new
Core math.
Yeah.
It's true new math, though. It's true.
Oh, nice. That's
That's
a good
true.
shot.
Yeah.
69 degrees
Oh,
in
there it
there.
is.
Oh, there you go.
Look
Yeah,
at that.
nice.
Wow.
Oh, it's 67 over here. There you go.
It's a couple of dead ghosts going through you.
I'm,
right now.
I'm
great.
heating it up over here.
All right, good. Okay, so let's check in with the RNC convention last night as we move on from the 1844 Democrat convention in Baltimore,
Which was still.
which you'll find out momentarily why we even mentioned that. I just
because you
thought-
like history.
Yeah, I love history.
Conventions.
I
We're
love
talking
it.
about conventions.
Right, talking conventions, and that just happened to be an interesting one.
Thank you.
Where one of our favorite presidents of all time, James K. Polk, received the nomination.
Hello.
You know, he may
for him.
have been nominated on a Monday, but he was elected
On a Tuesday. Thank you. Right. Thus, the James K. Polk Tuesday bit from so long ago.
Oh, man, a long
Seems like
time.
a different lifetime, doesn't it?
At least one, maybe two lifetimes ago.
It does.
Yeah.
It
No
does.
question.
That's if you're not aware, that's a thing we used to do on
The fourth
Pat and
hour.
Stew. Well, yeah, it probably started on the fourth hour.
On the fourth hour.
Even before it was Pat and Stew, it was the fourth hour, which was the fourth hour of Glenn's show, but Glenn didn't participate.
where you would just share a fun
You
fact
guys-
every Tuesday.
You guys
about
just
James K.
work
About James K.
longer.
Polk.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. But darn it, we had fun doing
Yeah,
it,
we did.
didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
All right, back to the more current of the conventions. Here's Trump's message of confidence, strength, and hope from last night.
Delegates and fellow citizens, I stand before you this evening with a message of confidence, strength, and hope. 4 months from now, we will have an incredible victory, and we will begin the 4 greatest years in the history
I want
of our
that to
country.
be so.
Me too.
This whole speech, that's all I was thinking.
From his mouth to God's ears.
Together we will
Right
launch
there.
a new era of safety, prosperity, and freedom
Okay.
for citizens of every race, religion,
I'm all
color,
about
and
it.
creed.
Yes, please.
The discord and division in our society must be healed. We must heal it quickly. As Americans, we are bound together by a single fate and a shared destiny. We rise together or we fall apart. I am running to be president for all of America, not half of America, because there is no victory in winning for half of America.
Except there is. And we want you to do that.
So tonight, with faith and devotion, I proudly accept your nomination for president.
There it was.
This is what
Surprise!
When he said this, I remember. Oh yeah, he
The
still has
suspense was killing.
He technically has to say this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I thought he was going to turn it down. Didn't you? I really thought.
I did too. So
he doesn't want it.
So that
Go back to that
last shot, please.
there.
Because I want to see Barron in the back. Did we get?
Let's see how tall.
I think we did get part of his head.
Yeah, right in the middle.
We didn't get. They didn't cut his complete head off.
No, we just got the eyes. Just cut his eyes.
That's why I thought he wasn't there. I can't see him. Okay, sorry.
He's a tall kid.
He is
6'9".
He's a good kid.
6'9". We realized this morning.
Kid.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Good kid. That's what Don called him.
Good kid. It's a good kid.
Good kid.
I believe it. Then he kissed the fire helmet of Corey Comparator, and that was a touching.
What a fine man he was.
He's telling him, take a picture, take the camera shot over there. Don't make me walk over there. All right, I'll walk over there.
All right, I'll walk over there. That's what it is. Good stuff. Okay, I'll walk over there.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. The director failed.
Yeah.
Take this shot. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah. What do I got to do? Everything around here?
Right.
Wow.
And then he walks back, and what was the total on the GoFundMe last night?
6.3.
And then he pulls out the $1 million check
from his friend. I don't know, a friend of his. But the one thing on social media, everybody's giving Trump crap about the spelling.
Yeah.
Come to find out, the firehouse did not realize that they misspelled Corey's name until they were honoring him at the firehouse, and they were like, "Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
We missed this entire time. His name has been misspelled."
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, he was wearing. He himself were wearing the misspelled.
And he just didn't tell anybody.
Just didn't tell anybody. So get off.
He just let it go.
He just let it go.
Wow. Jeez.
Wow.
That's something.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
also, his widow turned down a call from Joe Biden.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry, don't want to talk to you.
Yep.
Got nothing to say to you.
He died at a Trump rally. She's got no business talking to Joe Biden.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's the president. He's trying to push his way in there.
I forgot. I'm supposed to be on Joe Biden's side. How dare her turn down a call from Joe Biden?
But she accepted, obviously, Trump's call.
Right.
Trump has said he's going to stay in touch with her. It's really, really pretty cool.
Yep. And then that 6.3 will be divided between all three families.
Yeah, you got two individuals. He did. That was breaking news last night during his speech.
That he talked to the people and named them.
And then they're doing great, he said.
Yeah, the two people that were critical.
Yeah, they're in stable condition.
They're in stable conditions. He even named them and everything.
Yeah. So that's great. That's great news. Just so sad because the whole thing could have been prevented.
Sure could have.
And we've seen it
over and over again.
Over and over and over on how many opportunities they had to stop this guy. You don't even stop him. Just the laser range finder should have been enough. Even though he didn't have the gun at the time, you got to let. What is the laser range finder for?
Why don't you go over here and let's talk for a little bit? What are we doing?
Yeah, why don't we talk until at least after the rally is over?
Just hold them until after the rally.
Sit down here. Let's talk a little bit.
Yeah. And then they take pictures of him. Then they lose him in the crowd. Then they find him again. Multiple times. They lost and found him.
It's amazing.
And never take him into custody to say, hey, you're walking around with a rifle. Now, this is America. We do have gun rights. We've got constitutional carry now. That's great. But, there's going to be a former president and future president on stage in about an hour. How about we talk for a little while?
No doubt.
Let's just see what's going through your head.
Have a seat. So,
wouldn't have been hard.
I know we're in the middle of the convention speech clips here, but later on we have incredible video of the bullet doing its damage. And the conspiracy theory that the left is loving, courtesy of Joy Reid, she is kind of the tip of that spear. So buckle up for that. She's got a thought about.
She does
about that.
She does.
I'm sure it's a brilliant thought too.
Of course it is. It's Joy
She's
Reid.
So thoughtful.
It's Joy Reid.
So thoughtful and intelligent that it's just a pleasure to hear her thoughts.
You got it. But you're right. Jeffy, you were talking about he's giving the speech, and you're just hoping, please let this be our reality the next 4 years.
Oh my gosh!
And
So
it was.
many
I think he
times.
did a great job of explaining how great things were under his watch in America, in the world. Then here's the hell we're living through now, and here is how great it's going to be again. And I thought it was one of his best speeches ever, honestly. And he was a human.
And the tone was
whole
really,
thing.
yeah,
Exactly.
the tone was great. It was really good. Here he is on the state of the world. Cut 11.
But to achieve this future, we must first rescue our nation from failed and even incompetent leadership.
Right.
We have totally incompetent leadership. This will be the most important election in the history of our country. Under the current administration, we are indeed a nation in decline. We have an inflation crisis that is making life unaffordable, ravaging the incomes of working and low-income families, and crushing, just simply crushing our people like never before. They've never seen anything like it. We also have an illegal immigration crisis, and it's taking place right now as we sit here in this beautiful arena. It's a massive invasion at our southern border that has spread misery, crime, poverty, disease, and destruction to communities all across our land. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Then there's an international crisis, the likes of which the world has seldom been part of. Nobody can believe what's happening. War is now raging in Europe and the Middle East. A growing specter of conflict hangs over Taiwan, Korea, the Philippines, and all of Asia. And our planet is teetering on the edge of World War III. And this will be a war like no other war because of weaponry. The weapons are no longer army tanks going back and forth shooting at each other. These weapons are obliteration. It's time for a change. This administration can't come close to solving the problems. We're dealing with very tough, very fierce people. They're fierce people. And we don't have fierce people.
No, we do
We
not.
have people that are a lot less than fierce, except when it comes to cheating on
we do.
elections and a couple of other things. Then they're fierce. Then they're fierce. So tonight, I make this pledge to the great people of America. I will end the devastating inflation crisis immediately, bring down interest rates, and lower the cost of energy.
Yeah.
We will drill, baby, drill.
Good. All right.
Yes.
He's got more hope for America and Americans coming up. But first, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. You know, if there's one thing I've noted in the last 6 months, it's how important a real estate agent is. We have such a great real estate agent. I'm going to be fine paying her the 3%. The 3% for the other people's realtor, not so much. Not so much. But, you know, in some states, you don't have to do that anymore.
No, you don't.
Right.
In Texas, you kind of do, apparently.
Wow.
That's what I'm being told.
Even for the double wide.
Yeah, even for the double wide trailer that we're
Really?
selling. Yeah, yeah.
Are they taking the beavers, by the way?
Hey, no, I'm keeping the beavers.
Oh, wow.
I'm keeping them.
Well, he just paid 3%, so he's definitely keeping the stupid
Right.
beaver
Boxing
and
the
the beaver
beavers up.
dam.
Yeah.
You know, it's so great that you know, we cleared we cleared a pretty good profit this time.
Right.
However, after the paying the mortgage off, okay, you got to finish off the mortgage. Then you pay the realtor, the 3%, the other realtor, another 3%, so there's 6%. The 1% that goes to
HOA.
Yeah.
right?
Everybody has to pay
and
that.
then the 20 to 25%, whatever it is, the government's going to steal from me in capital gains taxes. I just figured it out last night. I'm going to have a full $1.39 left at the end of this. Yeah, that I can
That's
do
awesome.
with whatever I want.
That's awesome. Let me
$1.39 USA. USA.
Now, I know we're in the middle of realestateagentsitrust.com.
Yes.
But this may be a question for off the air, but I'm asking it on the air anyway.
All right.
Did you keep the mineral rights?
Did I keep the mineral rights?
Don't get me started on that, Jeff.
You know, we haven't signed at closing yet, so that's next Friday. It's a week from today. So I'm going to look into that.
Because
You can keep them.
Because Chris has the mineral
I
rights
sure do.
to your place, right?
And the only reason why I kept them was because they sold it to a company, not to a person.
Oh, really?
So if you sell it to a person, you can be like, "Oh, those are my mineral rights," unless you want to pay me off.
Wow.
Right.
All right. So anyway, you can get all this information from your realtor if they're a good one. If you have a really great realtor, it makes all the difference in the world. And this is a free service that we provide to you, by the way. realestateagentsitrust.com. We set you up with a great realtor, and then, it's up to you, the two of you after that. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
I think something unprecedented has happened here.
Oh.
We've just made history.
Oh.
We'll get into that in a minute. But first, let's go to John in Idaho. Hey, John, you're on the Blaze.
Bingo!
nice.
That's how it's
Nice.
done.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. That's how it's done.
Congratulations.
Where did your bingo occur, John?
Bottom row across.
And that's never, do you know that? It's never happened before.
Yeah.
You've just made bingo history. Congratulations on that. Go ahead and tell us what the squares were.
Keith, close your mouth, old man.
Yes.
Biden audio to translate.
Uh-huh.
Pat with prating and milling.
Okay.
Jeffy all rode up. And Pat mentions James K. Polk.
That's a bingo.
Thank you.
my
Congratulations.
friend.
Yes.
Thanks, John.
Yay.
Appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for playing. That's $30 worth of merchandise from PatGrayShop.com and a dozen cookies from KEKSI.com, Keksy.com.
Or apparently you can get a new coffee cake cookie.
You can. Oh, my
Wonder how
God.
that tastes.
now.
What do you think,
I know.
Jeff?
I don't know.
bet that's
I don't know.
delicious.
Delicious.
I'll have to.
Hopefully Monday you'll find out because.
Didn't sound like a
so
guarantee.
Jeffy's coming on Monday?
Oh, that's. Oh, darn it.
Darn.
Dang it.
Dang it.
Dang. Jeffy's not here on Mondays
Oh, well.
unless he's acting as my bitch. And then, of course, he is.
Are you playing the card, or are we just going to let it hang?
Now we're just going to let it hang. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. All right. So
I don't think I can on Monday.
you can't on Monday?
I think I have jury duty.
What?
What?
Do you honestly
Okay,
have
that'll
jury
last
duty?
5 minutes until they kick you out.
Yeah, no kidding. Once
I know,
you
that's
see him
why-
walk in the room. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
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 What are your thoughts on
Buffet down
justice,
the line.
Jeffy?
Do you really have jury duty?
I think. Well, I have a crowd. I try to get out of it though. But
It's
I'm
hard
supposed
to
to
get
show
out
up
of
on Monday.
Yeah, unless you have a decent excuse. It's hard to get
I
out
do
of.
have a decent excuse.
What is it?
I'm a Nazi.
Okay. All right.
You think they let me in? I'm just gonna reply with a SWAT stick. I'll be done. You still want me?
Wait, if you do
Plus, the person wouldn't be charged if they weren't guilty.
Thank
you
you.
go.
Right?
Thank you.
if you do on Monday, you should have already replied back.
No, you got 2 days.
When did you
the
find
letter
out? So
yesterday?
you found out yesterday?
No, I've just remembered.
It's been more than 2 days.
It's a priority in his mind, you see.
I
Yeah.
just remembered
Isn't
that.
it like 3 weeks in advance
Yes.
or something?
No, you don't have
Yes,
to
it
let it.
is.
No, it just tells you have to show up.
And what do they pay in
And
Texas?
then they asked me,
$18?
I'll find the paperwork because they asked me on that paperwork. It asked if whatever they pay you, if you want to donate it to some thing. No. Why would?
No. I want that massive
Yeah.
$18 that
Oh, what about the kids?
I'm earning.
So
So according to the Eastern District of Texas, you'll be paid $50 attendance fee for each day you are required to report.
oh, nice.
50? Really?
Hell,
Oh, okay. That's way more than I thought it was.
I may
50
show
bucks.
up.
Huh. Yeah, you should. You should. It's probably more than you make here, right?
And try
In a
to-
day.
try-
No question.
Try-
Kexy cookie or no.
Try to fool them. Try to make it seem like you're an impartial, reasonable
I've
human
done
being.
that before when I was on the jury. I answered their questions the way I knew they wanted them answered, and I ended up on the jury. So.
Wow.
Huh. Was it a criminal trial? Or
Yeah.
So you
was it?
lied
Yeah,
to
we-
a court of law.
We put the
Sure
no.
did.
I just answered the questions the way they wanted to hear them.
And what was the trial
We
about?
put the guy away 6
really?
years. Yeah.
Oh, that was gruesome too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
you told me about
swung the drill. He swung
Used it as a weapon.
a corded drill around and bashed this guy in the skull.
Did it kill him?
No.
Oh, okay. Good. Was he permanently damaged or just had a headache for a while?
Yeah, I think he
Just had a headache for a while.
You can show the grandkids. Look,
I'm going with
This
headache.
is where the drill hit me.
I'm good for headache too.
So was this in Florida? Or was
Yeah.
This, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been a
So
long
it's been
time.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Have you ever served?
Have I?
Yeah.
I've never. Jackie's been called, I don't know, 18 times or something.
Yeah, same here. I always get called, but I never get picked.
Yeah, I've never. I've been called a couple times. I went once, and by the time I got there, they just said go home because I don't know.
But
If they settled.
I've had that happen before.
Yeah, and then the last time, I forget what happened. Seems like I just didn't show up, but I'm sure that's not the case.
Wow.
So that warrant is
There may
not
be a
still
bench
out
warrant
there.
out for your arrest.
Pat Gray.
You scofflaw.
See, that's where I'm at.
I'm
just
sure that
remembered.
didn't happen. I'm
Last
sure I was
night-
there.
Last night, I'm like, dude, I think that jury duty notice was for this coming Monday. And it is.
And it is.
And it is.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Okay. By the way, I did get, in fact, speaking of summons and notices and tickets, just got one last.
Oh, no.
no.
It's funny how you just
Yeah.
fail to
Yeah.
mention these.
Yeah.
How fast were you going?
Well, here's the thing.
Okay,
I had
Joe.
just gotten off the exit ramp, and they nailed me at the
Oh,
end of the
come
exit. That's what
on.
I said to the guy.
That's ridiculous.
I said, seriously?
What are we
just
doing?
got off the ramp. He's like, several miles ago. Well, several
miles. This
right
is the
there.
ramp's right there. They offer the service road's right
It's
here.
right there.
And I bet you I know which
Pissed
one it
me
was
off.
I know
because
exactly what you
I
were.
think of that every time I go off of that ramp. I think he's going to give me a ticket someday because somebody's going to get a ticket because no one goes.
Yeah, right.
You're supposed
Right.
to get down
You're
to
going
like
from
35.
65 down to 35.
That's not going to happen. Nobody does it.
Instantly.
No one
Nobody-
does it. No
nobody
one does it. I mean, that's just,
Nope.
all that is a revenue enhancer
Yeah.
for the city.
You don't want to be
exactly what
run
it
off
is.
the
Pissed
road.
me
Come
off.
on. So what was the what were you clocked at and what was the zone?
You know what? I didn't even ask him because I was so pissed.
Yeah.
Maybe
no
you can get a
kidding. I'm
jury
with you.
with like a Jeffy on there.
It would be good.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be good.
Guilty.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-933-93. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Going over some of what happened at the convention last night. Here is Donald Trump on the border.
At the heart of the Republican platform is our pledge to end this border nightmare and fully restore the sacred and sovereign borders of the United States of America. And we're going to do that on day one.
Good.
That means two things on day one, right? Drill, baby, drill, and close our borders.
Yeah, because we're going to, before he even gets into office, some other things are going to happen. So,
Yeah.
and I
And by the
kinda
way,
believe that, actually.
and I think everybody, as a Republican, as a patriot in this room, and most Democrats, we want people to come into our country, but they have to come into our country legally.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Legally.
Right.
Less than 4 years ago, I handed this administration the strongest border in American history. But you can see on the chart that saved my life, that was the chart that saved my life. I said, look it, I'm so proud of it. I think it's one of the greatest, it was done by the Border Patrol, one of the greatest charts I've ever seen. It showed everything just like that. You know the chart. Oh, there it is. That's pretty good. Wow.
Surprised they had it. They
Last
didn't know
time
what
I
to
put
do
up
with the
that
fighter
chart, I
jet.
never really got to look at it.
That's a good line.
So
But without that chart, I would not be here today.
It's a good chart.
That was a good line.
That's a really good line.
Never got to look at it.
All right, let it go, bro. Okay.
Now, Jeffy, you alluded to something that I completely agree with you. You just said that there's something that's going to happen before he gets into office.
Yeah.
What did he reference last night?
There's a number of things that he talked about, but one of the things was the hostages.
I
Yes.
believe it.
Need to be released.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
Yep.
We need to make that happen.
Exactly right.
And he even has alluded to the fact that, he could possibly have this Ukraine thing wrapped up before he gets into office. So if
that would be something.
If he gets elected, after the election,
yeah,
he wins the election. You two need to
hello,
wrap it
Volodymyr.
up.
I think Zelensky is probably already reached out to the Democrat Party on how can I help? How can I help get the Democrats?
Can I funnel some of this money you're sending to me right back to you?
As if it's not already.
You want a bigger
we can keep this gravy train going. Yeah. Here he is on the victims of illegal aliens.
Oh, just recently I spoke to the grieving mother of Jocelyn Nungary, a wonderful woman, a precious 12-year-old girl from Houston who last month was tied up, assaulted, and strangled to death after walking to the convenience store just a block away from her house. Her body was dumped near the side of the road in a shallow creek, found by some onlookers who couldn't believe what they had witnessed. Charged with Jocelyn's heinous murder are 2 illegal aliens from Venezuela who came across our border, were in custody, and were then released into the country by this horrible, horrible administration that we have right now. I also met recently with the heartbroken mother and sister of Rachel Morin. Rachel was a 37-year-old mom of 5 beautiful children who was brutally raped and murdered while out on a run. She wanted to keep herself in good shape. It was very important to her. She was murdered. The monster responsible first killed another woman in El Salvador before he was led into America by the White House. His White House let them in. He then attacked a 9-year-old girl and her mother in a home invasion in Los Angeles before murdering Rachel in Maryland. Traveled all throughout the country, doing tremendous damage. Rachel's mother will never be the same. I spent time with her. She will never be the same. I've also met with the wonderful family of Laken Riley, the brilliant 22-year-old nursing student. She was so proud of being first in her class, who was out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia when she was assaulted, beaten, and horrifically killed. Yet another American life was stolen by a criminal alien set free by this administration. And these were incredible people we're talking about. These were incredible people who died. Tonight, America, this is my vow. I will not let these killers and criminals into our country.
Let's round them up and get them on the screen.
I will keep our sons and daughters safe. As we bring security to our streets, we will help bring stability to the world.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we've said, is you have to keep reminding Americans of the chaos that's been unleashed by this current administration.
Yep.
And detailing it with stories like that is important. I thought it was interesting that he threw Bukele of El Salvador under the bus because, he said he's releasing, he's taking credit for, it was stunning, taking credit for cleaning up El Salvador. And yet...
they're coming here.
They're coming. He's just sending them here. He's just unleashing his prisons and sending them here. And I thought, that's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
They're coming back.
Yeah,
I mean, that's his deal with they're coming back.
Yeah, we're sending them back.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be like it used to be.
Send back them.
He also said, "America will be great again."
Inflation has wiped out the life savings of our citizens and forced the middle class into a state of depression and despair. That's what it is. It's despair and depression. We cannot and will not let this continue. Less than 4 years ago, we were a great nation, and we will soon be a great nation again. We're going to be a great nation again.
Yep. 888-933-93 with your thoughts on the speech last night, the convention, how it went, and who is he going to run against?
That's the question.
That's a big
That's
question
a
right
huge
now.
question.
Who will Donald Trump be running against?
I mean, right now it's still
We've
Joe
been
Biden.
assuming it's Joe Biden. They're saying, everybody's saying now, he's gone by this weekend.
Yes.
And
okay.
Again, the kingmaker, Barack Obama, is apparently speaking behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
If that ever becomes public, if he says, just got to go, then he's gone.
Kind of did yesterday.
Kind of did but again, it's behind the scenes.
Yeah. Keep this in mind. The chaos on the left, although it's dangerous if they give us a brand new candidate this close to the election. But early voting begins in 52 days on September 20th. If the Democrat Party settles on a candidate at their convention on a floor vote, which is what we have a clip that details that, that'll be 28 days from their floor nomination until early voting begins in some states.
Jeez.
And that is no time to vet a candidate, so expect a fresh face that we have no time to get to know.
Right, because they're reporting, right, that if the insiders are saying that that Biden will step down and not endorse.
Yeah, we have the clip here.
And not endorse. Okay.
That goes through all the what's happening here.
Carl, according to multiple Democratic sources, this is happening all of a sudden. Everyone said it would happen gradually and then all at once, and that's what's happening. According to my sources, President Biden has agreed to step down as the Democratic nominee.
Oh, man.
It will happen as early as this weekend. A speech has been drafted for him. He will continue on as president, is his intention. He also will not, I'm told, endorse Vice President Harris as his successor. They're hoping that he will endorse an open process.
Who wants an open,
in which
an
the
open vote
convention
at
will
the
be open
convention.
to Vice President Harris and a few other candidates in Chicago to pick the Democratic nominee for president. The belief is that Vice President Harris is already looking at potential running mates to go to Chicago with a full ticket, including one possibility, Andy Beshear, the governor of Kentucky, and perhaps the governor of Pennsylvania, Governor Shapiro. Other possible candidates who are being talked about include Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, perhaps Gretchen Whitmer, and again, the vice president running. On the first ballot, the regular delegates would be allowed to vote under this agreement that's being talked about amongst the president and high-level Democrat officials.
Fascinating.
The regular delegates would vote on the first ballot. If there is no winner on the first ballot, the so-called super delegates would be allowed to vote on the subsequent ballot. This decision was reached, I'm told, all of a sudden because of the high-level pressure from Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, and others.
Thank you.
And as well as the decision of many of President Biden's top aides that there was no path forward for him, that he would not be able to win this election, win the general election. And therefore, he's stepping aside again as early as this weekend.
Watch him go up the stairs. Oh, darn it.
I know.
Darn it. Because that sums up in a nutshell why the guy can't be president anymore.
So if you go to predictit.com, that is basically political gambling, and you look at the how people are trading the shares and stuff. Kamala Harris is down 5 cents this morning. She's at 54 cents. So each share is worth that amount if you want to bet. And then, as it goes higher, you can sell for a profit. If it goes lower, you take a loss. Joe Biden at 23 cents. So Kamala Harris, 54. Oh, Joe just fell to 21 while I've been speaking. Gavin Newsom, 11 cents a share. Gretchen Whitmer, 11 cents a share. Michelle Obama, 6 cents. Josh Shapiro, who we said was very eloquent in what he said after the shooting in Pennsylvania, 5 cents. Hillary, 4 cents. And everybody else below that is at 1 or 2 cents each.
Interesting. I mean, this is history. This is really historic.
No kidding.
If this does happen, this is nothing like we've ever seen in our lifetime. So this will really be something to take in and soak it up and watch this transpire because it's fascinating. Yeah, I think it's fascinating.
The one thing we've said this entire cycle is that expect the unexpected. This is going to be an election year like nothing we've ever experienced.
For sure.
And here we are.
And here we are. I mean,
if he digs his heels in a little bit longer, let's say he doesn't drop out this weekend like they predict.
Then he tries to ride the storm out
a little bit for another week or another few days, and then if he forces Barack's hand to come out and say it publicly and just say, "I told him." I don't know how many times I got to tell it, doofus, get out.
Yeah.
Never underestimate the ability of Joe to blank things up.
Right.
Yep.
Is that when he says, Michelle and I have talked, and the only way to fix this is if Michelle runs?
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh.
That would be bad.
I'm telling you, though,
That'd be
they
bad.
have offered that family, and
Oh,
Joe specifically,
yeah.
something to get them in the clear legally, to clear Hunter Biden's name. However they can do this, that is what I think is being dangled in front of them. And if he doesn't take this carrot and they get ready to do their convention, and it'll be before that because the convention's still a month out, there are demons in this party. I'll say that.
Since when?
They will make sure that they get what they want, one way or another.
Yeah, they're not going to get Michelle Obama, though. I maintain she's not going to do it.
I agree with that.
She is
100%.
not going to do it. They're going to have to settle for Kamala or Gavin Newsom or Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan.
I mean, all three of those are.
If the floor vote takes
terrible.
away the presumed nomination of Kamala Harris, then you've got a civil war inside the Democrat Party. And what better battlefield than Chicago, Illinois? Hello, 1968.
Yeah, have at it.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun to watch it implode. The Democrat Party going down for the count. That would be great.
I seriously think we might see fistfights on the floor at the convention if it's not just handed.
What a shame that would be. I would not want to watch that.
Certainly don't want violence.
No, we do not.
We really don't.
I said that's what I said.
I could see it happening.
That's what he said.
I could see it happening. I mean, it's happened before in American history where people have actually been attacked on the Senate floor with a cane and beaten so severely they were out of commission for 2 years and barely made it back to the Senate. So, I mean, we've had some volatile times in this country, and we forget about that sometimes. But anyway, I wanted to finish up on the convention last night with Trump's closing remarks.
Nothing will sway us, nothing will slow us, and no one will ever stop us. No matter what dangers come our way, no matter what obstacles lie in our path, we will keep striving toward our shared and glorious destiny, and we will not fail. We will not fail. Together we will save this country. We will restore the republic, and we will usher in the rich and wonderful tomorrows that our people so truly deserve. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, brighter, happier, stronger, freer, greater, and more united than ever before.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
And quite simply put, we will very quickly make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Wisconsin. God bless you. God bless you, Wisconsin, and God bless the United States of America, our great country. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
93 minutes, that speech. Longest in American history.
Well, let's wrap it up.
But it's kind of interesting because, he's got the ear bandage the whole time.
The Timo pillow.
And we don't want to forget what caused that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Here we have a slow motion shot.
Shocking here.
Of the bullet hitting Trump's ear.
Watch this.
Is that real?
Watch it. What do you mean?
Take a look what happened.
You don't think it's real?
No.
Can we kill the music? I mean, it's unnecessary. You don't think so? Watch this.
No, I think they said this wasn't real.
Oh, it's not real?
I don't think it
They did say that?
I think I read where they said this wasn't real, yeah.
Okay.
Because they
really?
we saw
Watch
the,
this.
we
Watch
saw
this.
the
Okay,
computer.
Oh.
Ooh.
I mean, that is a clean.
Wow. That's
I know.
So it's
I know.
not.
But
Yeah.
I don't
Fact check
think it's
that, would
real.
you?
interesting.
Well, I think we can all agree that the man was shot.
Absolutely.
Yes? Okay. And I think we can all agree, I would hope, that he was shot by someone who had nefarious intentions toward the former president. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Joy Reid.
Okay.
What's her deal?
What is her deal?
This is interesting here. She is quite a conspiracy theorist.
Joy Reid from
We
MSNBC.
still don't know for sure whether Donald Trump was hit by a bullet, whether he was hit by glass fragments, whether he was hit by shrapnel. We don't have those details. We actually have no details from his physician, even though this man is still a Secret Service protected, and presidential candidate. We knew almost nothing. Why? Why don't we know that much? We know that 3 people were shot. 1 person, unfortunately, was killed at the rally. We don't know where they were sitting or standing relative to him. We don't know why, for 9 full seconds, Donald Trump was allowed to stand back up during an active shooter situation, even though they, at that point, had said the shooter was down. How would they have known if there were more shooters or not? Nobody knew that there could have been 5 shooters for all they knew. Yet they allowed him to stand up in the middle of that, crisis and pose for a photo.
Or she's desperate.
Boy, no kidding.
Fist pump the air so he could get the iconic photo. And then they allowed him to stand up again outside.
Well, these are failings of the Secret Service that we talked about.
Yeah. That seems
he should have been ushered out and not allowed to stand there.
What is the actual injury to Donald Trump's ear that's under that bandage? Shouldn't we know that by now?
We do know that.
Weird.
He got shot in the ear, stupid.
A whole lot of curiosity about it.
What is she saying, though? I mean, she's not saying she's not saying what we were saying, that the Secret Service didn't do their job well.
No. She is
saying something else entirely.
To plant that seed of conspiracy that this was done to help his standing, to make him look tough.
So he's in on it?
Absolutely.
Is that the implication?
I think
like
that's
he stood there waiting for the bullet to go through his ear?
I think that is exactly what she is saying.
Okay.
And
false flag. Where have I heard that before?
Right. And so if Alex Jones is going to lose his empire over not believing the narrative about Sandy Hook, then what is going to befall MSNBC and Joy Reid?
Nothing.
Because she has said this on MSNBC's airwaves as well. Man. And I love the phrase that's being used to describe people like Joy Reid. Instead of QAnon, they're BlueAnon. And I absolutely love that.
I like that.
And one last thing is, yesterday we reported the Blaze story that Steve Baker wrote, where he talked about the shooter that took out the bad guy was 448 yards away. And so Trump referenced that last night. If you heard that, he's much, much further away.
Yeah, he did say that.
So that was a nice reference as well.
Yeah, it was. And by the way, we will have Steve Baker in next Friday talking about all of this. It's pretty fresh in our minds, but there's already a lot of nonsense being said about it, like you just heard. I mean, I can't imagine how, if you were in on planning this, for sympathy, for who knows what reason, and you stood there as the speech is going on, hoping that he just hits your ear, and that the bullet doesn't go through your head. Incredible. Come on,
BlueAnon.
Nobody could do that.
No,
I don't care who you are. You don't have. If you have the greatest sharpshooter in the world, you wouldn't entrust them to do that. Right? Because something could go wrong.
Absolutely.
The wind might change. The trajectory might change.
When I turn my head to look at the chart,
then you shoot me through the ear.
Can we start referring to her
stupid.
as BlueAnon MSNBC host Joy Reid?
Consider it done.
No doubt. I like it.
Gosh, that's just buffoonery.
And irresponsible.
Yes. All right. We all love puppies, right? Can you imagine if there was a huge movement to abort puppies in America? And you can't even imagine it. You can't even imagine such a thing because it wouldn't be tolerated. However, over 1 million babies were aborted, human babies, last year alone. And Planned Parenthood played a huge role in that. Now, preborn is the nation's leader in protecting the lives of the unborn by introducing babies to their mothers and mothers to the babies through an ultrasound. That's $28. If you could spare $140, that buys 5 ultrasounds, could save the lives of 5 babies. The mother is twice as likely to choose life after seeing the ultrasound, for obvious reasons. The ultrasound shows that that's not a clump of cells. That's a human child growing in your womb. And then after they choose life, Then preborn helps them for up to 2 years after the birth by providing baby food, baby formula, counseling for the mother. They don't just abandon the mother. To donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or you can donate securely at preborn.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Did you see that Lou Dobbs died yesterday?
Yes.
I didn't know he was sick. What happened?
Do we know no yet? Cause was given. Although
Lou
the way
Dobbs.
the way they worded the family, the way they worded his death announcement, talking about him being a fighter and stuff like that, you usually get that kind of language when he's been sick. Yeah. I mean, Lou Dobbs. He's my favorite New York City story. I used to, when I'd go out in front of, when we were broadcasting from New York there on 6th Avenue, at the time I was smoking.
And you were standing outside.
I'd go outside the front of the building.
Walk by.
Lou Dobbs would walk by
pretending
every day.
To be on the phone.
He always had his cell phone up to his ear. And so anybody would say, "Hey, Lou."
It's a good trick, though. Yeah.
It's a very good trick.
Just give everybody a little nod so he didn't have to talk to him. It was awesome.
Bob Newhart, too, struck down in the prime of his life at just 94.
That hurts, man.
Just 94. Was he vaccinated? Is that what happened?
Such a funny guy.
Yeah,
I love Bob.
So who's the third one?
Has the third already happened?
I think
with
it has.
Richard Simmons last weekend.
No, that 3 was Richard Simmons, Shannon Daugherty, and
somebody else.
The other
is
one.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Oh no.